Hey guys, it's Ted with HDpiano. Here's the introduction and verse to Suspicious Minds by Elvis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the verse. Can't go on together. So there's the chorus right there. So this is our easy piano arrangement of this song. And the main part we're playing in the introduction and verse here is like a reduction of the guitar part you hear on the recording, right? We turned it into something that translates a little bit better to piano. So let's start by learning that basic pattern in the introduction. We're going to learn that. The first shape is a G major shape. So we spell it G, D in our thumb of our right hand, and then together we're going to play G and B. And we use this rocking back and forth motion in the right hand. Thumb, hand, thumb. And you can get used to that because we're going to use that throughout the verse. The coordination, it starts with the left hand, and then we're playing off the beat like this. So we count it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm just gonna stay on G and loop that rhythm. You can try this too. And 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can start by just getting this rhythm nice and slow like this. Go even slower if you need to. Because once you get the coordination of that rhythm together, then we're just going to be changing around which chord shape we play. But the rhythm stays the same. Okay, so once you're ready, we have this passing chord that happens. And I call it a passing chord because it just moves there briefly, comes back, the left hand stays where it is. And we mostly just hear it in the guitar on the recording. It's like something that the guitarist added in to make a little bit of variety. But it's not like a full-fledged change to the chord progression. So that's why we call it a passing chord. And in this case, we're going to C over G. That's our passing chord. The only notes that change in the right hand are the bottom note. We go from D to E. And the top note goes from B to C. So that middle note, the G, stays the same. So you can practice just going back and forth between the G and the C over G like that. And once you feel really comfortable with that, maybe bring it up to the tempo of the recording. Then you can check out this next part where I'll show you all the chords we're going to go to. So this is the whole chord progression, and it starts once Elvis starts singing in the verse. So I'm going to give you an overview. For now, I'm going to leave out these passing chords. There's a passing chord that happens over the G chord. There's also a passing chord that happens over our C chord, but we'll add those back in once we add in the rhythm. For now, I'm giving you an overview, and we're going to start on a G chord for 2 measures. Something I want you to pay attention to as we learn this chord progression is that we're playing an 8-measure phrase. So if I count out each measure like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a measure. There's a very natural feeling in music to 8 measures. And what's nice about that here is that the progression we learn is just going to repeat once we repeat the 8-measure phrase. So learn it once, and then you'll get to reuse it a bunch throughout the song. So the first 2 bars of the 8-measure phrase are G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then we go to C. 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to go to D major. Spelled D, A, D, F sharp. All of these chords happen to be in the same inversion, which is nice. They're all in second inversion. So D just lasts a measure. 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4. And then you just heard I went down to C for one measure. And then we're going to hang out on G for 2 more measures to finish out the phrase. 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there you have it. I was counting out the number of the measure within the phrase as the first number of each of those counts. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4. And here's where the magic comes in. This is why I was really drawing your attention to that phrase. We just repeat everything now. And we're going to repeat the whole phrase. And there's one change just to the last 2 measures of the phrase. So let's check those out. We start on G for 2 measures, C for 2 measures again, and then 1 measure each on D and C. And then we have this quicker walk down that happens. It goes D, C for 2 beats, and then B minor. This is a chord we haven't used yet. It's spelled B, B, D, F sharp for 2 beats. And then we go back to D major to finish out the verse. So that walk down that happens faster, it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that takes us into the top of the chorus. Okay, so if you can learn all those chords like that, this is really a case where starting with the simpler version will make it easy to learn that rhythm, to add that rhythm in. Because I want you visualizing entire chord shapes. It's going to make it way easier to keep track of this song as it goes by. Once you have the chords under your fingers and you know the order they come in, then you add in this rhythm. And we're also going to add passing chords now. So here's our passing chord over the G. We already learned this for the introduction. The same exact thing happens on the C chord. So the passing chord here is an F major chord. It's kind of cool because it doesn't actually fit in the key of G. But it works for the C in exactly the same way that the other passing chord works for the G chord. So this F over C passing chord is spelled A, C, F natural. So there's the C part. And then we use the same pattern for the D chord. Back to the C chord. And because those chords are so quick, we don't get passing chords. They're just gonna stay in the same place. And then back to our G chord, and we have time for the passing chord now. All right, and to finish this out, I'm gonna up the tempo again and play the second 8-bar phrase, and you'll get to hear how this rhythm works with the walk down thing at the end, leading into the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's where we go to the C, D, no passing chords. Here's our walk down. And there's the chorus. So if you think in those chord shapes, rather than treating each broken up part in the right hand as an individual thing, it's going to be a lot easier to play this song. Okay, great job on part 1. If you're on HDpiano.com already, you can click on the next video. If you're not, head on over so you can keep going with this song. If there's another song you want to learn, send us your ideas at requests.hdpiano.com. You can follow us on social media for a heads up about new lessons. And if you're on YouTube, drop us a comment because we love hearing from you. I'm Ted with HDpiano.com. Until next time.